Welcome, welcome, kindergarteners. Today, our lesson is going to focus on two things. The first one is the steady. That's the thing that we kind of keep on our lap or keep on our shoulders or our head, and it stays at the same speed whether we're singing a song or saying a rhythmic poem or listening to music or playing an instrument. The steady stays the same. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about patterns. Because in music, there are patterns everywhere. All sorts of patterns. We can make patterns with our voice, with instruments, with drums, with our body. There are so many patterns, and we're going to talk about some patterns that repeat and some patterns that are different in music. So, let's get started. We are going to use Star Light, Star Bright today. And what I'd like you to do is keep the steady while I say it. And watch the screen too, because there's something that's going to happen. Ready? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. All right, so hopefully you kept the steady. Did you notice that these lines showed up? Well, each line represents one beat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these lines away, and I want you to say it and see if you can keep up with those lines showing up. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. All right. So if you need to pause the video and practice that, you can. This poem, it has some words that sometimes are hard to say at that speed, but we call it a rhythmic poem because it does have a certain rhythm to it. And so we're going to try and get it up to that speed. So each of these beats, each of these lines represents a beat, but now we're going to talk about how many sounds are on each beat. So I'm going to put a star for each sound. And what I mean by sound is, well, if I say star and clap, star, there's one clap. There's one sound or one syllable. Okay? So some of these might have one sound or syllable on each beat, but some of them might have more than that. So let's find out. Ready? You can say it with me if you'd like. 1, 2, ready, go. Starlight, star. I'm going to try that again. Ready? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. So can you see some beats that only have one sound on them? Just one star. And can you see some beats that have two stars on them? Oh, well that means it has two sounds on that same beat. What did you notice about the speed of those ones that have two stars on them? Listen. Have this wish I wish tonight. Well, those ones that have two stars, seems like they go a little bit faster than the ones with one star. Great. So now we're going to talk about patterns, but do you notice those lines are still here? Oh, so we can still see where our beats are. Okay, so this pattern has an A section, right? So it says A here, which means that this is the A section. And the A section here sounds like apple, 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 pear. Can you say that? Ready, go. All right. And over here we see there's another A section. So that means that whatever happens in this A section, if it's the same letter over here, well, then it's got to match. It's got to be a copy of what happened in the first A section. So what's going to go here? Apple. Another apple here. One more here. What's going to go here? A pear. You're right. Okay, so let's put those up. So now we have both of our sections, and we could say it all the way through. Ready? Apple, 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 pear. Apple, 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 pear. Nice. If you wanted, you could pause the video right now and say it again on your own, but clap this time and see which ones have one sound on a beat and which ones have two sounds on a beat. All right. Hopefully you got a chance to clap while you say it. Moving on. Ooh, now I'm starting to get hungry. We got milk and cookie. So our A section here sounds like this. Milk, milk, cookie, milk. Could you clap and say that? Ready, go. Okay. But I notice over here, there's not another A. Now it says B. So are we going to copy this pattern over here now that it says B? No, we're not. We're going to make it different. So here is our chance to make a pattern that's different. So let's see what our pattern could be. Okay, now we start with a cookie, and we have two in a row, and then we have two milks. Okay, well, let's try it. Clap and say it. We're going to start here at the beginning and go all the way this time. Ready? Milk, milk, cookie, milk, cookie, cookie, milk, milk. Nice. Could you tell which ones had one sound and which ones had two? Great. All right, last one for today. Ooh, now I'm really hungry because I like pizza a lot. Do you like pizza? Yeah, I think I might have to have some pizza coming up here in today or tomorrow. Oh, and we also have hot, so we can read hot. Well, I don't see any letters up here this time, so our job for this slide is to figure out what we should put up there. Okay, so let's look at this pattern first. This one goes hot, pizza, hot, pizza. Okay, well, I noticed that this is the first section or the first pattern. So what do we use for the first pattern? Well, we're going to use the first letter of the alphabet. So we're going to make it an A. Okay, let's go over here. Let's clap and say this one, starting right here. Ready? And here we go. Pizza, pizza, hot, hot. Okay. Well, did this pattern match the A section? No, it's different. You're right. So what are we going to put here? Yeah, we're going to put a B section there. So we've talked about the steady and how the steady always stays at the same speed. We can keep it like this, when we sing or say a poem, or when we listen to music. But we also talked about patterns, and some of them copy or are the same, they match, and some of them are going to be different. Sometimes we use letters to tell us which ones are the same and which ones are different. All right, so now we are going to go to Seesaw so I can tell you how you can show me what you're learning and what you know. All right, so in Seesaw, there's going to be a activity. Go under the Activities tab, and it's going to say April 23rd, create your own patterns and record. All right, And so I'm going to click on Add Response here. And when you get in, notice right away a couple things. There are 3 pages, 1, 2, and 3. They're all doing something that we just, similar to what we just saw. And notice that we definitely need to click on this hand or this move tool. If we're on one of these other things, we're not going to be able to click and drag what we need to. Now, students and parents, if you're there, I'm so sorry if this gets confusing. I tried to make it as simple as I could. I hope it's not too much, but I do think it's something similar to what we could do at school and how we would practice these ideas at school. So here we go. The first step says click and drag the apple and the pear to copy the A pattern. So here's our A, and here's our another A section. We are going to click on the apple and drag it down. For this one, when we get to the pear, I'm going to click that one. Oh, now I have a pattern that matches the A. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, click on the microphone and record yourself saying and clapping both A patterns. So that would sound like clicking on the microphone, waiting for it to get to go, and then apple, 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 pear, apple, 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 pear. Great, and then you could click the pause button. Okay, let's see now. If I click done, it takes me there, and then I want to do step 3, which is click on page 2. All right. So on page 2, similar idea, but this time we have a B section. So you are going to make up your own B section with milk and cookie and drag them down. When you're ready, click on the microphone and record yourself saying and clapping it. And then click done, and then click on page 3. All right, yeah, page 3. Now this one has a couple more steps, but I hope it's not too much. The first, so you see that we have hot and we have pizza down here. We have an A section here because we always start with A, but you're going to choose. Do you want to make it another A? Do you want to copy the pattern that you make over there? Or do you want to make it 2 different patterns and drag the B down into that box? All right, so once you choose that, then your next step is to drag hot and pizza to make your pattern. So I might do something like this, and then I would make a different pattern over here. Step 4 says click the microphone just like on the other pages, clap and say it, and then click on done to finish your recording, but then the green check mark to submit. All right, so I know that's kind of a lot, but again, this is what we would do in school or something similar to practice these ideas. All right, well, thank you, class. I can't wait to see you again next week. I can't wait to hear your patterns that you create in Seesaw. I hope you're staying safe and healthy and keeping busy. Bye.